Every open world crime game that came after GTA was called another GTA clone. Saints Row, Sleeping Dogs, Watch Dogs, Mafia. At one point, people were even calling Yakuza a GTA clone, despite the fact that if you've actually played a Yakuza, you know they're nothing alike. One is a story-driven beat-em-up game packed with side activities and over-the-top sub-stories, while other is a massive open-world sandbox. Somehow, every game with a car, gun, and a city automatically became a GTA clone. But even after more than 2 decades, why nobody has actually managed to replace GTA? Sure, we've got incredible open-world games, we've got games with better combat, games with better driving, games with better stories, games with better graphics, yet somehow GTA still feels different. Is it the massive open world, the physics, the NPCs?
I like the smell of shit, man. Oh, come on, you suck at small talk.
The freedom? Well, yes. But it's also much more than that. Because the truth is, GTA isn't just a concept. It's a dozen of different ideas, design and mechanics coming together to create something that gives that unique Rockstar feel. Speaking of bringing ideas to life, one thing that's become much more easier for creators is visualizing concepts before building them. If you're into game development, 3D art, architecture, or even just creating cinematic concepts and training content, quickly introduce you to something that I felt interesting. It's called Dreamina. Dreamina is ByteDance's self-developed AI creation product under the same parent company as TikTok. It is also the global first launch platform for Dreamina Seedance 2.5. One thing I found really interesting is that it exclusively supports up to 50 reference assets, which is currently the highest reference capacity available in the market and a top 1 industry capability. So instead of your characters, vehicles, environments, or art styles changing every time you generate something, you can feed it a lot more reference image to keep everything more consistent. It also supports timestamp based prompts with Dreamina's exclusive precise local editing, so you can control different moments in the video more precisely. Another feature is that it exclusively supports AI video generation of up to 30 seconds in a single generation, which is currently the longest single generation video available in the market and another top 1 industry capability. Longer clips mean that you can create more complete cinematic shots or showcase an idea without stitching together a lot of tiny generations. After generations, clips can be extended twice for up to 90 seconds, and Dreamina has also launched a new 3-minute long video mode. And if you want to work in Blender or Maya, Dreamina has also provided dedicated plugins. You can convert the original white model assets from Blender or Maya directly into the video and import your generated video into Dreamina for further creation, instead of constantly moving files between different tools. They've also introduced a new Dreamina exclusive discount, so you can access Seedance 2.5 at a more cost-effective price on Dreamina. If you've been thinking about trying AI tools for concept arts, animation, it's a good time to check it out. I'll leave the link in the description so you can learn more and claim the offer. The first thing that separates Rockstar games from almost everyone else is that they have an identity. No, not this logo. I mean, the moment you start one of their games, you instantly know it's made by Rockstar. From the fake advertisements on the radio, to the ridiculous TV shows, to NPCs saying the most unhinged things you've ever heard, to parody brands like Ammunition and Weasel News, everything is designed to make fun of the world around us. Rockstar doesn't just build cities, they build a satire, and that's been one of the biggest strengths of GTA since the beginning. Now, that's not to say that other developers can't make jokes, but very few studios are willing to make them the way Rockstar does. A lot of AAA publishers have multiple studios around the world, massive marketing campaigns, global audience, and shareholders that expect as little controversy as possible. Naturally, they're often more careful about what they put into their games. Rockstar, on the other hand, has spent decades building a reputation for pushing the boundaries. Every GTA launch comes with a headline, debates, asking people how did they get away with that, and somehow that controversy becomes a part of that brand. People don't play GTA expecting a safe, normal game. They know they're going to be fed with the most unexpected stuff when they start up the game. They expect outrageous characters, ridiculous commercials, dark humor, social satire, and a world that's constantly making fun of itself. That identity is incredibly difficult to copy. You can copy the mechanics, you can copy the large map, you can copy the driving physics, but you can't copy a studio's personality. And that's exactly what Rockstar has spent over the last 20 years building. Their identity is that they do what others are afraid to do. But these dark humor and edgy characters aren't just what makes people remember these games long after they've finished the story. It's the characters and the writing that stay with you. Rockstar has created some of the most iconic characters in gaming. Nico Bellic, Tommy Vercetti, Arthur Morgan, Trevor, and CJ. None of these characters feel like the same protagonist wearing a different outfit. They are all remembered for their own personalities, motivations, and the way of speaking. A huge part of that comes from the brilliant writing. Dan Houser and the writing team understood something that many games struggle with today, creating something that stays with you. Think about all the GTA quotes that have become a part of the internet culture.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Somebody say yoga?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Nico, it's Roman. Let's go bowling.
Nice bike.
Now, I know you blind, man, but you gotta see this. Very clever.
Every dialogue feels memorable even years later. Even if you have played these games years ago, I guarantee those lines still live in your head. Years after playing the game, a random scene comes in your Instagram or YouTube feed, and somehow it still makes you laugh. But here's the interesting part. Great writing alone isn't enough to carry a game. You can have amazing characters, hilarious dialogues, and a fantastic story, but if the game itself feels like the same thing you've already played before, people eventually will move on. And that is another area where Rockstar refuses to stand still. One thing I've always respected about Rockstar is that they never seem to be satisfied with simply making more of the same. Look back at every major release. GTA 3 introduced players to a fully 3D open world, and instead of making GTA 3 again, they gave us Vice City with its unforgettable 80s atmosphere and soundtrack. Then came San Andreas, which expanded the map massively and introduced things like RPG style character stats, gang territories, swimming, flying, countryside, and so many side activities that almost feel like multiple games packed together. Most studios would have stopped innovating there, but Rockstar didn't. GTA 4 completely changed the direction, the tone became darker, the physics became far more realistic, and they added a whole new physics engine called Euphoria that would simulate real-life human physics. Then came GTA 5 with 3 playable protagonists, seamless character switching, and eventually one of the biggest online experiences ever created. Outside of GTA, Red Dead Redemption 2 also pushed things even further with the incredibly detailed NPC routines, realistic nature environments, which I'm sure GTA 6 would expand upon even further. Now, does every innovation land perfectly? Not necessarily. Some people still prefer the exaggerated physics of GTA 4, which was very much suppressed in the GTA 5. Others miss the RPG mechanics from San Andreas. And personally, I think GTA 5 became a bit too restrictive when it came to the mission design. Older GTA games often let the players experiment with different approaches, like how you can either follow this train and make Big Smoke shoot them, or you can just climb on top of the train and shoot them yourself easily, while GTA 5 usually wanted you to complete missions in a one specific way. If GTA 6 can bring back a bit more freedom in how missions are completed, I think that would be a very huge improvement. But whether you prefer one game over the other, it isn't really the point. Every major release tried to push something forward instead of simply making the previous game with better graphics. Well, that's because they're a billion-dollar company. Well, yes, they are a billion-dollar company. Rockstar has an enormous budget, but having money and using that money well are completely different things. Money alone doesn't make a great game. If it did, every AAA release would have been a masterpiece. Instead, what separates Rockstar is how they use that budget. They're willing to spend years polishing the system that most players will not even notice. Tiny NPC interactions, dynamic animations, different voice line depending on the situation, random world events, details that most people would probably see only once. From a business perspective, that sounds crazy. You're investing millions of dollars into features that many players would completely miss. And yet Rockstar choose to do it anyway. They're willing to bet almost everything on a single release. Many publishers play it safe. Once they find a formula that works, the goal becomes releasing the next game as quickly as possible. Sometimes it's because the shareholders expect a steady revenue. Sometimes it's because the huge development cost that is getting higher every year, and studios are less prone to taking huge risks. Modern games are far more complex than how it was 20 years ago. Bigger worlds, higher quality graphics, motion capture, voice acting, online infrastructure, everything takes more time and costs significantly more money. That is why we're seeing so many remakes, remasters, and live service games. Studios need money while the next project is being developed. Rockstar is in a very unusual position because of the incredible success of GTA Online. They aren't under the same pressure to release a brand new blockbuster every 2 to 3 years just to keep the studio alive. That gives them something most studios would love to have. Time to experiment, time to delay features, time to throw away ideas that aren't good enough, and most importantly, time to polish. Fans keep joking about waiting over a decade for GTA 6, but if Rockstar believes something isn't ready, they are willing to keep working on it until it meets their standard. And that patience has built something that is incredibly valuable in this industry.
Trust?
Trust is probably Rockstar's most valuable asset. Think about how studios announce a game today and what is the people's first reaction. They say stuff like, let's wait for the review, don't pre-order it, let's see if it's actually finished. But when Rockstar announces a game, the scenario is completely different. People start analyzing every frame of the trailer, breaking down tiny details and making long videos, not because they know the game will be perfect, but they know they're going to witness something they haven't seen before. They are going to witness history. Now, I'm not saying Rockstar has a perfect reputation. They've made plenty of controversial choices, they've delayed games, they've received criticism just like every other studio. But when it comes to the major flagship releases, they've built an incredibly consistent reputation for the quality. That reputation wasn't created overnight. Once a studio has this kind of trust, they can just stay silent and still stay relevant, because the fans would do the marketing for them. But yeah, none of this would have worked if the games themselves didn't deliver, because at the end of the day, all the great writing and all the humor would fall flat if the world itself didn't feel believable. And that is one of their biggest strengths, which is to make the world feel alive. It's not just the graphics or the size of the map, it's how every system works together. You steal a car, the owner reacts, the pedestrians panic, the police get involved, traffic changes, all things are seamlessly happening around you. On their own, none of these features are unique, but putting them together in one believable world is incredibly difficult. So now the question, why has nobody managed to copy GTA? It's definitely not because nobody tried. Saints Row brought the chaos, Sleeping Dogs nailed the hand-to-hand combat, Mafia told incredible crime stories, Watch Dogs experimented with the hacking and modern cities, and those games are worth playing for their own reasons. But they were all chasing a different piece to the puzzle. The real magic of GTA has always been how everything comes together. The bold satire, the unforgettable characters, the dialogues, the attention to tiny details, and the willingness to innovate instead of repeating the same thing. The confidence to spend all the time and money on one game, the trust they've earned from the players over decades, and finally, a world that somehow feels alive when you're not even the center of it. It's not just one revolutionary feature, it's hundreds of small decisions made consistently over more than 2 decades. Whether it's the technology, the storytelling, or the world itself, every major release feels like they're aiming to raise the bar again. We'll soon find out if they succeed in the next game, but until then, I think the answer has become pretty clear. Everyone managed to copy GTA, but no one could copy the Rockstar experience. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what makes you think Rockstar Games is so unique, and also one feature you hope GTA 6 would bring back. Leave it down in the comments, I'd love to see your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.